So last night I saw The Last Black Man in San Francisco, and it was pretty amazing. It was starred Jimmy Fails, who I may have seen in some things before, but just can't recall for now. Tashina Arnold, Donald Glover, and Jonathan Majors, if you haven't heard of him before. And it was about a young man who was trying to save a house that he believed belonged to his grandfather, trying to preserve it and keep it in the family. And it was set in 2019, and it really touched on a lot of things, particularly about ownership in the black family. And spoiler alert, it also brought about quite possibly how things were taken away from us, and records of our ownership probably don't even exist or may have been kind of passed along to someone else. But it really, it was, yeah, it touched on the black experience and black culture. One of the scenes that I thought was most riveting, or one of the storylines that I thought was most riveting, was about four young guys who stand on a corner. They may or may not have been selling drugs, or may or may not have been drug dealers. But if you from the hood, or from that area, you just got guys standing on the corner, talking shit to each other. And you see them in the crowd, oh, you bitch ass nigga, they just talking shit to each other. That was like, if they didn't take these guys from the hood and put them in this movie, like, it was crazy. Just the situation they created, like they had like these faux dudes, just ganging up on this one guy, oh, you a bitch, you a bitch, or whatever. The dude was just like, nah, what's up, whatever. I've seen that so many times, it's nuts. And so for them to kind of put that scenario in a movie, just kind of how in just this microcosm, of a group, that this sort of intensity goes on, and this sort of downputting goes on in amongst these our young black men. You know what I mean? It just kind of really highlighted that action. And yeah, it was quite beautiful. It touched on the water, or not just about, I guess, water crisis or water health or sanitation, but just how strategic poisoning of the black community happens, and it goes unnoticed and goes on for so long, and until it's too late. The beginning was very powerful. The beginning, it caught you right off, and I'm pretty sure they meant to do that, because we very much need to be alarmed about what's going on in present day, just about our food health, global warming, our leadership, our country's leadership. But if you haven't seen it, The Last Black Man in San Francisco, I encourage you to see it. I wish I could say more, but yeah, definitely a must see for sure.